yo, and hello and welcome to the 131st episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free every Wednesday in audio format on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast directories, and in video format in YouTube so you can see us in stunning high definition. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com where you can listen to episodes, subscribe for behind-the-scenes news, read rad articles, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Jafra, alongside Brent Facebook Live Bass.
Heyo! Yeah, all you on Facebook Live out there, tune in tomorrow for the shizno, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube, but you can't watch it here. You can't watch it now. Sorry. Goodbye. But yeah, so for those of you in the real world listening to this podcast, those of you actually listening, we're past the sneak preview.
Yeah, we just gave a little sneak preview on Facebook Live is all we're saying.
Yeah, just a little sneaky sneak, you know what I mean? Let's see. Well, should we share that? I'll share that. We can share that.
Yeah, that'll get shared.
Yeah, we'll share that.
You know
Anyways,
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so with that being said, how are you doing, Jamel? How is life treating you? How is the world?
Life is so unfair, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No.
It's like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, life has been good. Speaking of life and some behind-the-scenes stuff, we were interviewed for our friend's website.
Ayo.
Our friend on Instagram, a fellow follower of the show. His name is Jason Domican, and you can go to his website at jasondomican1991.wixsite.com, where you can just go to his Instagram, which is jasondomican1991, and click on his link in the bio, and basically you can read our interview. We did why we started the show, our favorite games, some stuff about our childhood. We
got deep and personal with it.
Yeah, dude.
You know, we exposed the truth about ourselves.
Yeah,
you know,
the truth. The first time we ever kissed girls and stuff like. No, that didn't happen in the interview, but
yeah, no,
just pretend it did.
We talked about all kinds of various. Trauma in our life and diseases we've had. It was a real personal.
Yeah, I don't think he expected it. I think he was kind of asking like, "Oh, what's your favorite game?" And we were like, "Oh, my mom abused me." No, I'm just kidding. None of that happened. But you can go on over there, and if you are, as a listener, are somebody who has your own website, or you do something in the gaming industry, you can hit up Jason Domican 1991 on Instagram and see if you can get an interview as well. Just want to give a little shout out for him because he does some great work over there. It was fun questions to answer.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
Oh yeah,
working with a fellow
gamer.
What would you call us? What we're not? We're not journalists.
No,
we're I don't know.
We're game enthusiasts.
Game enthusiasts. Yeah.
Video game nerds.
Yeah.
And just big old dorks. No,
I like that.
Yeah. So what have you done this week, Brent?
I'm sure I've done all kinds of fancy, spicy things, but I can't remember. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go. I know that for a fact.
That's unfortunate, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm just kidding. It's
good game. Sorry that you feel that way, Jamel.
Look, not all of us can just get into Pokemon Go. Not all of us have that kind of money, dude.
You did like a 20-part webisode about
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, once I started running out of Pokeballs, and I was like, okay, I gotta quit. Because I'd be like, $1 for some Pokeballs ain't that bad. And then I ended up spending like $10 one week on Pokeballs, and I was like, okay, I gotta fucking stop.
See, no, you can't buy a Pokeball. What kind of scrub move is that?
Dude, I'm not walking to no Pokestops,
Well, what are you doing?
I'm rolling around, and anytime something pops up, I catch it. I don't care if I already got like a million of them.
You got to balance that out by going to Pokestops frequently to get balls.
But there's not that many around here in Conroe.
See, that's a problem. You got to go to Huntsville to play.
Oh yeah, let me just drive all the way to
Cruise on up there, dude. Yeah.
to get Pokeballs. I might as well pay the $1. But yeah, so you've been playing Pokemon Go. You watch any good movies?
Let me think.
Do anything insane?
I don't think I've watched any good movies really. No. Not that I can think of.
Cool.
No.
Yeah.
It's a pretty boring week,
It has been it hasn't been boring. Like, I've been working on stuff. We've been working on stuff behind the scenes, spending some moolah on some good things that will get shown to everybody soon.
It's going to be fantastic.
It will be. But yeah, so I guess since we don't have much to talk about, let's get into the not much video game news this week. But just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We don't claim any of the news as our own. We're simply giving commentary on these articles. So, do you have a lot of news?
Yeah, I've got a good bit of news, yeah.
I couldn't find much.
I'll
go first.
I got it covered, yeah.
Earlier this year, GameStop announced that it would experiment with new store layouts focused around esports, retro games, and more at some of its locations in the United States. Now, a video has emerged from one of these pilot stores that shows the new look, and it's quite dramatic. The GameStop store in Pryor, Oklahoma, posted a video to Facebook earlier this month that shows off what appears to be one of the retro pilot stores. The first thing you may notice is that the layout appears to be sleeker and more modern looking, with the point-of-sale registers in the middle. Also, immediately noticeable is how the store appears to have been designed to encourage people to spend more time in there than normal. There's a couch with a big screen TV at the front.
And, I like that.
Yeah, and CRT TVs at the back with retro systems like GameCube, Nintendo 64, and original Xbox connected for multiplayer sessions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
This all appears to be part of GameStop's ambition to become the quote-unquote local church of gaming.
Oh, yeah, dude. I like this new direction, yeah.
GameStop Chief Customer Officer, or CCO, Franklin Hamlin told GameSpot that the new store designs are meant to, quote, celebrate video game culture in real life. Quote, it is a really powerful thing to witness. My question around GameStop is, if you take the analogy of that Vatican or Mecca or the Wailing Wall, why isn't GameStop the local church, synagogue, or mosque? He's got to be careful throwing these words.
He's getting a little...
like, I don't care, but there are a lot.
Why aren't you praying to GameStop?
I would like in GameStop to
bend your knee.
Vatican. Why isn't GameStop like a mosque? No, he explained. IGN was first to report on the new GameStop store layouts in Pryor, Oklahoma. The site also confirmed the authenticity of the Facebook video.
You just go in there and everyone's like, almost day of Sundays.
I thought you were going to be singing that one. Who can say where love goes? What if that's like what people sing at church every week?
That would be fucking great. I'd probably go to church a lot more.
But yeah, so
dude, that would be great.
But during an earnings call earlier this month, GameStop management confirmed that its pilot stores will be located in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Pryor is about 45 minutes outside of Tulsa. GameStop recently announced plans to close up to 200 stores with more closures to follow as part of the company's quote-unquote GameStop Reboot initiative aimed at turning things around. GameStop's share price is close to an all-time low due to a number of factors. For the latest quarter, the company saw its total global sales fall 14.3% to $1.3 billion. GameStop posted a net loss of $415.3 million for the quarter, which is far worse than the $24.9 million that the company lost during the same period last year. Looking to the future, GameStop said it expects total sales to continue to be down in multiple consecutive quarters to come as the industry awaits the launch of next-gen consoles in holiday 2020.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a last-ditch effort, I feel like, from them to keep like a physical location open. But even when that physical location situation ends, because inevitably it will, they'll probably do like a Game Pass type situation or something is what I imagine.
See, this is interesting, though, because I feel like there is a market for a hangout place. You know what I mean? I know that sounds crazy. But
it does sound crazy.
Without, think about Hastings, okay? Let me just put this into perspective.
That closed store?
Yeah, that closed store. right?
Mm-hmm.
It closed because video rentals went under, more or less. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. It didn't close because people stopped reading books. It didn't close because people stopped playing video games. It closed because people stopped renting movies. You know what I mean? At least that's what I think, personally. Now, I feel like when Hastings went away, there's this huge void of like, okay, where do we hang out? Like all the teenagers didn't have a place to go chill, Like Starbucks probably started getting a lot more business as far as people wanting coffee and stuff. I feel like if they can tap into that market, the place where like, okay, Mom, drop me off at GameStop. I want to hang out with my friends. They're all over there,
That's not good, though, because then you just have people sitting around in your store not purchasing things.
But are they not purchasing things? See, you got to put things in front of them for them to purchase. You know what I mean?
You do, and I imagine that's going to be their goal. But just like Hastings, it's just going to bring people in. They're going to steal shit whenever nobody's watching them, because eventually the teenagers you have running the store are going to get complacent and just like be like, oh, well, I'm used to people being in here, so I'm not going to pay attention. And they're just like going to stick shit in their pants and walk out. And like, fucking, that's what happened.
They're not going to be able to stick shit in their pants because it's not going to be like out for them to grab. You know what I mean? It's going to be just like every other GameStop where you take the plastic case up to the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's true. They're not going to be walking out with the fucking Xboxes and the display cases. They're not going to grab the couch and drag it out the door. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but the Xboxes and stuff were out, like, on the tables. Not that that's a big deal, but I feel like what's going to happen is people are going to come hang out for a while, probably do some damage to the shit they have out, just over time, wear and tear, and then nobody's going to buy anything. It's like you can just go home and get the same shit cheaper,
Yeah, we'll see. I think that it's a better idea than just keeping normal GameStop stores open.
Well, there's I mean, either way, the normal GameStops are going to have to close. They're closing 200 anyways because they're failing, you know, so like that's what I mean. This is like a last ditch, like, okay, let's try, let's give it a go.
I think it's not a bad idea, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Maybe you think different, but I think that I don't necessarily think they have a chance at all, but I think it's a better idea than nothing. Better. You know what I mean?
True.
Let's see. Lots of Gen 5 Pokemon have been added into Pokemon Go. Those are the Pokemon from Pokemon Black and White. So we got, at least, 10 or 15 of them in there. And they're doing Mewtwo raids right now. So if you're into Pokemon Go, no better time to play your weekly Pokemon service announcement.
Yeah, the Pokemon service announcement. I like it. So Gears 5 has set a record as Microsoft's biggest launch week for a first-party game this whole generation.
Ooh.
Yeah, the company announced that Gears 5 hit 3 million players on opening week. That gave it the highest first-week player count of any game since Halo 4 launched in 2012. Notably, that first week figure included the 4-day early access period that began on Friday, September 6th, which only included Ultimate Edition purchasers and Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. The player count then doubled the prior game in the series, Gears of War 4. On PC, the game was an even bigger improvement over its predecessor, tripling Gears 4's PC debut. It also marks Xbox Game Studios' biggest launch on Steam ever.
I think Gears dropped at a good time.
Definitely.
It was good timing on the Coalition's part.
Yeah, there's just not much shit out right now.
Yeah, and also, Xbox was desperate. Like, all the Xbox fanboys are desperately just, like, waiting for any kind of decent, first-party game to come out,
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think the fact that it was even a little bit good, it's just like, oh, yeah, here we go.
Fuck yeah. And it's, if you have Game Pass, it's like this shows what Game Pass is capable of.
For sure. The fact that it just comes straight to you, even early,
first-party fucking full-fledged ass game that looks fucking stunning. The graphics are stunning in this game.
And you can get on Game Pass for like $2 right now. There's no excuse not to play Gears 5. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age, is coming to Nintendo Switch later this month with an enhanced port that packs some new bells and whistles, including an optional retro visual style. But if you want to go even more old school than that, Square Enix has announced that the same day will bring the original 3 Dragon Quest games for sale on the Nintendo eShop as well. The company announced that all 3 games will be available on September 27th, the same day as Dragon Quest XI. The eShop also lists all 3 games for sale now. What? Okay, whatever. Dragon Quest, Dragon Quest II, and Dragon Quest III, they're priced at $5, $6.50, and $12.50, respectively. However, you should know that these don't appear to be direct ports of the classic NES version. Instead, the screenshots and text style look similar to the mobile ports put out on iOS and Android. Dragon Quest XI for Switch, meanwhile, pays homage to the classics. Yeah, you said that. Okay, so there you go. Boom.
Cool.
More Dragon Quest coming.
Okay. Around a decade after its original release, Minecraft continues to grow and reach astonishing new player records. According to Business Insider, the game reached a new monthly player milestone. As of this week, the open-ended sandbox game has more than 112 million monthly players. This is up substantially from the 91 million monthly players that Microsoft announced in October 2018. I remember reading about that. We talked about it on the show back then. So it's gone up like a shit ton. But
how? Like, how are there still more and more people playing? Like, I don't understand. Like,
because there was a jump in PewDiePie started playing Minecraft again. Like, so about a month or two ago, like it just like completely brought it back into relevancy, you know, like
wow. Shows how much power those people have. Like,
oh, dude, yeah, PewDiePie has crazy amounts of like influence. It just anything he's playing or like anything Ninja's playing, just suddenly.
I want to get that
off.
Popular, where like what I'm playing just becomes the shit. Like, like it's just some dream daddies just fucking.
Yeah. Everyone's just playing like fucking games on their Switch and shit. Anyways, yeah, that was the news.
Here we go. I won't read the whole article, but they're opening a theme park in Japan, Universal Studios Japan. It's going to be Super Nintendo World. Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the show before.
Oh well, it's official now, I guess. I don't know, but they're going to have a Super Mario Kart ride, and they're going to have a ride called an Omni Mover ride, whatever that means. Called
moves in different directions, I would imagine.
I guess so.
Omni mover.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just guessing.
Do you control where it goes or something? Like, I have no idea why that would be relevant. Like,
no, I don't know.
But it's gonna be called Yoshi's Adventures, and they're gonna have bracelets that you get to wear around the park, and like you get like high scores for like rides and attractions you do, and like you can do stuff with your score throughout the park. It's gonna be like a big interactive thing. It's going to be pretty sweet, but it's only going to be in Japan, so...
Yeah, and apparently Shigeru Miyamoto has been, like personally directing what's going on with the rides and stuff, so that's cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, and it sucks it's only going to be in Japan at first, but whatever. Anyways, Borderlands 3 launched on PC as an Epic Games Store exclusive, a decision that generated some amount of controversy. As we know, we talked about that, but... Now, Gearbox's Randy Pitchford has revealed that the PC version of Borderlands 3 is off to a tremendous start. The executive said the number of peak concurrent players, that is, the highest number of people playing at the same time, is around double the all-time peak concurrent players record set by Borderlands 2. So, like, all these people were talking mad shit about, I'm not playing it because it's on the Epic Store. It, like, beat out Borderlands 2's PC concurrent users by more than double.
Man, I feel like that, okay, I'm sorry to even keep bringing this up, but I feel like that says something about Gears more than anything, how well Gears is doing considering Borderlands is out right now, and it's also doing well. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure Borderlands is doing way better, but still, like, that's pretty cool that it can even compete. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure. And it says, Pitchford said, wow, you guys are great. The launch day peak concurrent user milestone didn't stand for long as Borderlands 3 grew even larger in the days after release, Pitchford said. This greatly exceeds expectations, and our systems seem to be holding strong. Pitchford said about the record-breaking numbers. Borderlands 3 is exclusive on PC to the Epic Games Store until April 2020, at which time it may launch on Steam and other digital storefronts.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's just funny to see that just like all these people talking shit, they're not sticking to their word. Well, I'm not going to they just broke.
They did it anyway.
Yeah, it's like, fuck them.
That's cool, though. I'm glad Borderlands is doing well. Gearbox really needed that shit bad, dude.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Pokemon Sword and Shield's release date of November 15th is fast approaching, with new information about the Nintendo Switch games coming out all the time. We've got our first look at new Pokemon who looks a little... Or, excuse me. Now we've got our first glimpse of a new Pokemon who looks a little familiar. The official Pokemon website currently features a fun, intentional glitch where an unknown creature moves around the screen evading your mouse. Once you manage to catch it, you're taken to a Pokédex listing for the monster, but many details, including the image, name, and parts of the description, are obscured. What we do know is that the creature is a fighting type who weighs 257.9 pounds. It possesses the Steadfast ability, and the description reads, "Only blank that have survived many battles can attain this blank. When this Pokemon's blankers, will retire from combat." While the creature's glitchy appearance has drawn comparisons to the Pokemon Red and Blue's Missing No bug. Actually, I think it was just Pokemon Blue, wasn't it?
No.
It was on both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Missing No bug. Some fans have speculated that the unknown creature is actually an evolved form of Farfetch'd. Others say it could be a successor to Marowak. What do you think? Let us know. No, but I personally think it is a Missing No. I don't know, if you look at it, it looks just like a fucking Missing No. Like, you know what I mean?
That would be cool, actually.
I hope they bring it. That would be sick if that was the legendary for this generation. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I often think about how weird it is that the Missing No kind of looks like a creeper from Minecraft.
Dude, you got to see this, man. It's obviously a Missing No. Like, there's no question, you know?
You don't think it's a far-fetched
I don't
evolution?
think so, man. I really think it's a Missing No with, like, color in it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I believe it. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. I think that'd be cool.
I think that would be an awesome, like, throwback to all the people who played the originals. You know what I mean?
And we're already getting a fucking teapot Pokemon. You know,
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with getting Missing No? Anyways, with Tokyo Game Show 2019 happening, plenty of news has come out of upcoming Japanese games, including Final Fantasy VII Remake. While we got a fresh look at the new combat system, along with seeing Tifa and Aerith in action, and the summoning of Ifrit, we also got details on Classic Mode. And series producer Yoshinori Kitase took the stage to show off the game and walk through how Classic Mode works. In case you're out of the loop, the standard combat system of Final Fantasy VII Remake has you attacking in real time to fill up the ATB gauge, which then allows you to pause the action to execute special attacks, cast spells, and use items. Thus, it plays like an action RPG. However, in Classic Mode, standard attacks are automated and the ATB gauge fills up on its own. You won't have to worry about the real-time action aspect, and you would only need to take care of executing commands as if it was a traditional turn-based RPG. The official Final Fantasy VII Remake Twitter account briefly outlined the system in a series of tweets. We got a glimpse at both quote-unquote easy and quote-unquote normal modes from the in-game option menus, and Katase-san then showed us a new combat mode named Classic Mode. Classic Mode is a separate gameplay option that's intended to make the combat feel closer to how it worked in the original game's turn-based system.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you want that classic Final Fantasy VII RPG feel, you can get it in Remake.
Neat. Cool. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm gonna drop 2 on you real quick because this one's kind of weak, you know. It basically, Apple Arcade has received a price. It's going to be $4.99, just like the Google thing. So there you go. Boom. And this one I just kind of thought was interesting. Can you guess how much Netflix paid to have the rights to the show Seinfeld? Can you just guess? I'm going to guess
the rights to Seinfeld.
Hang on, it's for until 2021. Or no, it starts in 2021 and then they have it for like 4 years, I think.
Oh, okay. So they don't already have Seinfeld?
I don't think so. No.
I'm going to say $50 million.
Bro. They paid it says over $500 million for the 5-year streaming rights. So it's 5 years.
It was the most popular show on television at one point.
But
like,
man,
it
at
still
one
is.
point though,
it still is though. Like to adults, like when I say adults, I mean like our parents and shit. That was their fucking shit.
Do you think that it will be worth the $500 million they spent on it?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Go look at the sales and go look at the viewership of Seinfeld. Like, and they would run it as like reruns, and the reruns would still have more than like.
I mean, I know it's a big deal,
out.
but damn, that's like they could do so much with that.
I don't know, dude. Jerry Seinfeld, he was.
It also just kind of shows you how much fuck you money Netflix has to throw around. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. They're trying to make sure Disney Plus don't take nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, what you got?
Oh,
you just finish out your news, yeah.
Sorry, I got a lot of news. So, okay, the Dave Bautista skin is officially in Gears 5 now. It's free for everyone. To unlock the skin, simply enter the character customization menu in Gears 5 multiplayer and select Bautista. The skin is only available, however, for the Marcus Phoenix character. Let's see. If you fancy yourself an expert at Mario Kart, you'll have a chance to put your skills to the test and earn some free eShop credits later this week. Nintendo has announced it is hosting an online tournament in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this Sunday, September 22nd, and the winners will take home $25 in My Nintendo Gold points.
Is that like so a tournament like against the entire planet? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I think it's like cordoned into little things because it makes it sound like there'll be multiple winners. I don't know. Either way, if you feel like you're good enough, you can jump on in. It's going on at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. ET, and it will continue on until 8 p.m. PT to 11 p.m. ET. To participate in the competition, you'll first need to select tournaments from the online play option in the game's main menu, and then search for the following tournament code: 2093504548227.
Wow, it's amazing. No.
Let's see. We got the Gears 5 thing you talked about earlier. We got the Final Fantasy thing you talked about earlier. We got Anthem is coming to EA Access.
No one cares. I thought you were going to say Switch.
No.
And even then, no one would care.
Well, if you've already got EA Access, it's a free game for you. So there you go. Let's see.
I think Anthem, I saw online somewhere that Anthem was the 5th best-selling game this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That just shows you how shitty of a year for games it was. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Game Awards is scheduled to go live on Thursday, December 12th. Tickets are on sale now. Those of you who can't make it can watch it on the official website.
By official website, you mean GameSpot?
No,
okay.
I'm on the Game Awards official website.
Game Awards. Okay,
Yeah.
I completely misunderstood what you were saying for some reason.
No, yeah.
Dude, Game Awards is already here?
December 12th. It's happening at the very end of the year.
Still, I feel like it just fucking happened.
I feel like the older you get, the faster years go by.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that either. It's pretty weak.
We should go climb a mountain and think about life.
Just reflect on life.
Dude. Maybe get away from it all, you know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Killer Queen Black, the console port of the arcade esport hit, is coming to Nintendo Switch on October 11th. Developer Liquid Bit showed off a new trailer, including the release date through Nintendo. It will cost $20, but a pre-purchase discount brings it down to $17.
Yay.
Let's see. As part of Tokyo Game Show Day 1, Atlas and Sony announced some lovely-looking Persona-themed PS4 consoles. These consoles are coming to Japan to mark the release of Persona 5 Royale in October. The game is also coming to the West, but not until 2020. There is no word yet if these consoles will be available in parts of the world outside of Japan, but I'm sure with a little help from our friend eBay, you can find one. Let's see. They are doing some Alan Wake DLC for Control. Should be pretty interesting. And Blood and Truth is getting a hard mode, and they're giving you some challenges that you can use your aim controller with. So, if you're a fan of Blood and Truth and you have an aim controller, it might be fun to jump in there and check that on out.
Nice.
And
Nice. Yeah.
That's what I got.
If you have a VR, which is the problem, you gotta have the VR. Okay, that's it for this week's video game news. We're gonna jump into this week's releases, where I'm gonna let you know what brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days. Starting off with Real Fishing. Real spelled R-E-E-L, just in case you guys wanted to know. Real Fishing Road Trip Adventure. It's coming to Switch, PS4, and PC on September 17th for $29.99. Grab your rod. Okay. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Just stop it right there.
Grab your rod.
Grab your rod. Real and adventurous spirit as you join 3 friends on a summer road trip to remember. Visit a variety of fishing spots, from deep-sea fishing to freshwater stream fishing, as you and the gang track down and try to catch the elusive legendary fish.
Was there like a story mode to it?
I guess. I don't know. Players can upgrade skills and abilities, crafting rods, reels, and lures to try to catch the big one. Okay.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it sounds really bad. Rebel Cops is coming to PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC on September 17th for $59.99. This is not the police. And Rebel Cops, you control a squad of ex-police officers united by a desire to take down their town's new criminal overlord. The spinoff from This Is the Police focuses on turn-based stealth gameplay with unforgiving combat and vast levels to explore. Victor Zwaave has won. The ruthless crime lord now controls the town of Ripton. All the officials are on his payroll. Businessmen are at his mercy. Even the local police have surrendered to his will, and any opposition has been smashed to pieces. Well, not quite all. Exactly. There is a small ragtag squad of true policemen who still believe in the words to serve and to protect. To serve and protect, sorry. And will fight against all odds to serve justice and to protect the citizens. Not all heroes wear badges. Yeah, and then we got Mabel and the Wood coming to Xbox One, Switch, and PC on September 18th for $14.99. The strange cult that resurrected your the strange cult that resurrected you speak of an ancient prophecy. That's what the fuck does the sentence even say? The strange cult that resurrected you speak of an ancient prophecy that says you will hunt down the great beast.
What?
Take their shape and use their powers to save this dying world. But what if they're wrong? The prophecy is old.
Great shape, you beast. They fight you. You take the beast. But what if they're wrong?
I don't know what that game is, but
somebody had a stroke while they were writing that.
What if they're wrong? And then we got Puzzle Quest: The Legend Returns.
But what if they're wrong? Oh, that's great.
Oh man. Sorry, guys. Puzzle Quest: The Legend Returns is coming to Switch on September 19th for $14.99. Puzzle Quest: The Legend Returns brings back the classic Match 3 RPG puzzle adventure favorite and takes Puzzle Quest to new frontiers. This package features the original and totally remastered Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords, the expansion Revenge of the Plague Lord, and a treasure chest full of new quests, classes, spells, and items created exclusively for the next chapter in the beloved Puzzle Quest series.
Sweet.
And then we got Mythgard coming to PC and mobile on September 19th. I couldn't find a price for this game, but Mythgard is a collectible card game of boundless depth and infinite strategy. Experience a unique game with fast and fluid tactical action. Use spells, minions, enchantments, and artifacts to vanquish your opponents. Or you could just play like any other card game that's already out and more established. But then we got Devil May Cry 2 coming to Switch on September 19th for $19.99. Dance with the devil once again. Dante is back in Devil May Cry 2, the second game in Capcom's blistering action chiller franchise. Set sometime Hell yeah, dude. Set sometime after the events of Devil May Cry, this sequel adds even more moves to Dante's arsenal and brings it to the next level of stylishness. Use the wall run to get the vantage point on your enemies, then assault them with a spinning barrage of bullets using Brainstorm. Okay. Then I'm not going to read the rest of that. Then we got Sayonara Wild Hearts coming to Switch, PS4, and mobile on September 19th for $12.99. Sayonara Wild Hearts is a euphoric music video dream about being awesome, riding motorcycles, skateboarding, dance battling, shooting lasers, wielding swords, and breaking hearts at 200 miles per hour.
What?
As the heart of a young woman breaks, the balance of the universe is disturbed. A diamond butterfly appears in her dreams and leads her through a highway in the sky, where she finds her other self, the masked biker called the Fool. Traveling through futuristic cities, dark forests, and electric deserts, the Fool sets out to find the harmony of the universe hidden away in the hearts of her star-crossed allies, Little Death, Dancing Devils, Howling Moons, Stereo Lovers, and Hermit 64.
Hermit 64.
He's like, what the fuck? And then we got Police Stories coming to Switch and PC on September 19th for $14.99. Police Stories is a fresh take on top-down shooters with an emphasis on tactics that forces you to make split-second decisions, neutralize criminals, rescue civilians, and defuse bombs in single-player mode or online co-op. And remember, shooting first is not an option. Unforgiving and tense, each mission tells the story of two police operatives, John Rhimes and Rick Jones, filled with infiltrating gang hideouts, rescuing hostages, making arrests, and other life-threatening situations. Okay, and then we got Truck Driver coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 19th for $39.99. Climb in your cabin, rev up your engine, and hit the road in Truck Driver. Fuel up and cruise through a vast open world in one of the most beautiful machines known to man. Start off as a contractor and work your way up by taking on jobs, earning money, and making a name for yourself amongst the local community. Buy your own trucks, get new parts, and hurtle down the roads. Do you have what it takes to become a respected truck driver?
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, just drive, I guess. They just drive the truck to places. That's your job.
That's your job, brother.
Okay. Then we got Grid Autosport coming to Switch on September 19th for $34.99. Immerse yourself in the thrilling and intense world of a professional race driver with Grid Autosport, the third game in Codemasters' authentic racing series. Overcome key rivals and satisfy team sponsors in ferocious races where every pass and position counts.
But what if they were wrong?
What if they were wrong? And then we got Pettoon's Party coming to Switch on September 20th for $19.99. Pettoon's Party is a party game full of fun mini-games to enjoy with family and friends. The Pettoons need your help to face the evil Kitra. Kitra wants to conquer the island of Chimera and steal the Pettoons' magic to control their world. Helped by the moles, former Pettoons, to whom she has stolen their nose, Kitra will
stole their nose?
Yeah, she's a fucking bitch, dude. Kitra will try to gain control over the quiet islands inhabited by Pettoons and Okies in harmony. Discover 7 funny characters. The Pettoons, a group of friendly explorers. Yoon, Leah, Momo, Momo?
Oh, shit, dude.
It's everywhere. But what if they were wrong? Deli, Phoebo, Laka, and Oklo. Play alone or with friends, up to a maximum of 4 simultaneous players. Pettoon's Party is an intuitive and easy-to-handle game. The control system is very user-friendly and adapted for all ages, especially children. Momo wants the children. No, it combines high quality. No, but yeah, there is a character named Momo in there. And then the Nintendo Switch Lite comes out on September 20th for $199.99. Just so you know.
I like that.
Yeah, and then we got the Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Bitch. The White Witch coming to Switch on September 20th for $49.99.
Just in time for the Switch Lite. I highly recommend, guys, you get you a Switch Lite, pick you up a little Ni no Kuni. Yeah, get up in there.
Yeah.
Also, get you some fucking Fire Emblem in your life, dog. You know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's always the thing you could do.
Just do it. Don't even question. Just do it, dude. God dang it.
And then I'm excited for this one. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Heyo.
Coming September 20th for $59.99. So it'll be here Friday, and I'll have that bitch on Friday. Anyways, yeah, so you'll know what that is. And then we got Untitled Goose Game coming to Switch and PC on September 20th for $19.99. It's a lovely weekday morning in the village, and you are a horrible goose. Untitled Goose Game is a slapstick stealth sandbox where you are a goose let loose on an unsuspecting village. Make your way around town, from people's back gardens to the high streets, shops to the village greens, setting up pranks, stealing hats, honking a lot, and generally ruining everyone's day.
Sounds like my kind of game.
Yeah. And then we got Baldur's Gate, Siege of Dragonspear, coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on September 24th for $49.99. Baldur's Gate, Siege of Dragonspear is an epic expansion. Why do they gotta put so many words that are like they start with the same letter and like they go epic expansion? Like they could have just said expansion. It's an expansion filled with brand new content. They have too many adjectives for what's going on here.
It's an epic expansion of endless extra adventure.
Yeah, it's like, my God. Anyways, everyone knows what Baldur's Gate is. It's an older game. They're bringing it to Switch. Then we got The Surge 2 coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC on September 24th for $59.99. On the way to Jericho City, your plane is shot down by a mysterious storm and crash lands in the outskirts. You wake up weeks later in a derelict detention facility inside the city. Armor-clad soldiers enforce martial law. Robots are on a rampage, and a dark, expanding nanostorm looms over the cityscape. In a bid to survive, explore the sprawling, devastated city of Jericho. Fight its numerous ferocious threats in brutal, unforgiving combat, slashing and tearing the limbs off your opponents to steal valuable equipment that will make you stronger. Strong enough to face the most fearsome, imposing foes lurking in the city. And then we got Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, September 24th for $49.99. Discover an incredibly rich story in Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition, a refreshed version of the 1999 RPG classic. Defeat strange and alien creatures, engage in rich dialogue, and explore the dark and dangerous Planescape setting in this 50-plus hour RPG masterpiece. Planescape Torment is a fantasy role-playing game that uses the advanced Dungeons & Dragons rules with the Planescape campaign setting. This setting turns most of the traditional fantasy elements on their pointy ears and challenges you to solve the intricate riddle of the Nameless One. You awake from death on a cold mortuary slab with no memory of your previous lives and no idea who you are. The rest of the game involves unraveling your past and seeking out clues to your identity and past sins. And then we got Aspire 1 VR Operative coming to PSVR, Oculus Quest, and PC on September 24th for $29.99. Aspire is a single-player VR experience focused on stealth, espionage, and action. Become an Aspire agent and complete objective-based missions utilizing an arsenal of weaponry and gadgets. Develop infiltration tactics and techniques to ensure mission completion in the shortest time possible.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, kind of. Have you watched any gameplay of it?
A little bit. I've seen like a picture or two. I haven't really seen any gameplay.
And then we got Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast coming to PS4 and Switch on September 24th for $9.99. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is a game which you take on the role of Kyle Katarn, who is forced to take up arms and make use of the power that almost destroyed him. Players employ a unique mix of weapons, force powers, and your lightsaber in both single and multiplayer modes. This is an amazing game, and unfortunately, it's not considered canon in Star Wars anymore because Star Wars is a bitch. Anyways, Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on September 24th for $49.99. I'm not going to read all that, but y'all know what that is. And then we got Icewind Dale coming to Enhanced Edition coming to Switch and Xbox One and PS4 on September 24th for $49.99. Icewind Dale is a Dungeons & Dragons game set in Forgotten Realms. This Enhanced Edition allows new players to experience this epic adventure. In the northernmost reaches of the Forgotten Realms lies the region of icy tundra known as Icewind Dale. Journey deep into the spine of the world mountains, a harsh and unforgiving territory settled by only the hardiest folk. Encounter fearsome beasts that have learned the cunning and ferocity needed to survive among the snow-shrouded peaks. And then we got Contra Rogue Core coming to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC on September 24th for $39.99. Contra Rogue Core is an over-the-top run-and-gun game with fast-paced, ultra-violent combat, offering both single and multiplayer options. Contra Rogue Core is a mind-blowingly intense gameplay experience, alone or with your friends. And I think that's like that Contra game that looked real shitty. Pretty sure that we saw at like a Nintendo Direct or something.
Wow, a lot of crap coming out this week.
Yeah, except for Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. And some other Switch thing.
Devil May Cry 2. What's up? What's going on with your headphones over there?
Nothing's going on with the headphones. I just noticed their sign wasn't on. I was going to turn it on. I can't find
it's
the
too
remote.
late now. It's too late. Y'all deal with the grayscale. We need to remember that. We forgot last time too.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of stutters today.
Well, I can usually I see it halfway through the episode and I just turn it on, but the remote's not over here right now.
Yeah, it's not even with us.
Yeah, so we're just not a big deal.
Sun is not on our side.
No, it's not.
Anyways, yeah, but that's it for this week's releases. We're going to jump on over to currently playing, where we're just going to talk about what we're playing. Brent, what are you playing? What on earth are you playing, Brent?
Playing some stuff, man. I finished Fire Emblem.
Wow, that's insane, actually.
Why is that insane?
I feel like you've been playing that for like 4 years now.
Yeah, it took a while. But it was worth it. It's definitely the best first-party Nintendo game that's ever come out, without a doubt.
You like the ending?
I mean, it was okay. The ending was like, okay. It made me want to go back and play it through again, you know? There's like a lot of like replayability there, you know?
Is there multiple endings?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so, because there's 3 main pathways you can choose, and about a quarter way through the game, everything is just like, I mean, you know, you can tell that it's like a very different stories depending on what choice you make at the beginning, what house you go with, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So it's basically like 3 different campaigns you can go. And I think it changed the battles and stuff up too. I don't know. It's really interesting. And there's a lot of game to be had there. It's really good. You don't feel compelled to buy the DLC or anything either. Like, there is DLC, and they keep putting it out, but it's like, you know, I still have so much to play with that game. But I can finally put it down for now, because I was determined to beat it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll come back to that next time I'm on a road trip or something. Great game, though. Definitely a really good game. Then I played Hitman 2. I played it all the way through.
Damn, already beat that?
Yeah, you know, there's only like 6 locations that come with the base game, and each location took me about 30 minutes to an hour to beat, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But, you know, there's like endless replayability there too. However, Hitman 2 kind of made me feel a little less good about my purchase, like, because, you know, to buy the DLC, to get, like, the expansion pass or whatever, it's, like, $35 or something, like $40. It's, like, really, you basically have to buy the game again, you know? And then you can get access to the other levels, you know what I mean, that they have.
How much was the initial purchase?
I got it at GameStop for, like, $30 or something, or $20, something like that. Yeah.
That's a rip, dude.
Not really. I mean, it's a brand new game.
No,
know?
I mean, like, for the expansion to be that much.
Yeah, no, that's some bullshit. And, like, the fact of the matter is, like, the story sucked ass. But if you paid attention to the story at all, which you don't really need to enjoy Hitman, you can literally skip every cutscene and it's still just as good of a game. But if you do follow the story fucking basically just cuts you off, and it's like, oh, buy the fucking DLC if you want to know how the story ends, kind of thing. Like you said with Evil Within.
Yeah, that's exactly how Evil Within was.
Dude, it just did that to me, and I was so upset. I was like, all right, whatever. But, you know, I will say this. The locations it does have, they're like very, very hit or miss. Some are really good, and some are really shitty, dude.
Damn.
It's weird. Not shitty, but some are just like little and boring, you know, and some are like big and feel like dramatic, you know, like I don't know, there's a couple standouts in the game. Like there's one where you're at like a NASCAR race or like a Formula 1 kind of race, you know? And you have to kill one of the people in the cars, and then you have to kill one of the guys that's like up in the penthouse thing. I don't know, that level is really cool. And then there's a level where you're like walking around like a suburban neighborhood in Vermont, like breaking into houses and stuff. That level is also really cool. There's like a couple levels that are really cool, but I feel like the first one did it a lot better. And I guess they had a little more time to work on each level because of the episodic formula or whatever of the first one.
Yeah.
And I guess they wanted people to feel like they're getting more bang for their buck by each level they bought. But the first one had 6 levels. This one, base game, had 6 levels. And I just feel like the first one's 6 levels were so much more like...
in depth.
Yeah, they had a lot more oomph to them. Even like the Paris level, the very first level in the first one, you know what I mean? It had more meat on its bones than like almost any of the other levels in this one. You know what I mean?
How'd you kill the race car driver?
Oh man, how did I kill her? I personally, I got a flamingo suit and I like got this blackmail that this guy had, and I like convinced her to come into an alleyway with me so I could like give her the blackmail, and then I like kicked her down an open manhole.
Oh my god, I thought you had to kill her while she was on the track, like driving around.
No, and that was after the race was over. You can, like, so for like the first like 15 minutes of that level, she's like on the track doing the race, and then it'll be like Agent 47, the race is in its last lap or whatever, and then like she'll eventually get done with the race, and like you can kill her while she's on the winner's podium. If you like have, you know, if you set up certain things, you can snipe her while she's in the car. You can kill her so many different ways. You can just walk up and shoot her in the crowd if you want. A lot of times, like, I do what the game wants me to do and like play by the little stories they have mixed into the game. And a lot of times I just like find a creative way. I'll just like wait behind a fucking dumpster and just pop out and shoot them, you know, and just run off.
Nice.
I don't know. It's a lot of fun. But I finished that. I finished both of those games, and then I remembered that Life is Strange 2 Part 4 had come out, so I went and played through that. It was like okay compared to the other episodes. I feel like it wasn't as like flexible with the choices and stuff. I'm interested to see if my choices made a difference in how the episode came to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to go back and play through the whole game again, but I don't know. I was a little underwhelmed because, like, comparatively, you know, like the first 3 episodes were just bangers. You know what I mean? And this one was okay, but it's like it has this cult, and like there's all these like, you know, heavy-handed like religious ideals that are like thrown in. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you know, that's cool, you know, but it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of moments in the game where I wish I would have had a choice, and I didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like, she'll say some shit, and I'll be like, oh, I hope it gives me the option to say something, you know? And then he just says what he's thinking. And it's like, okay, well, you know, it would have been nice for you to even give me the illusion of, like, a choice there. You know, even if both choices lead to the same dialogue option, like, just make me feel like I did something there. You know what I mean?
Since they're taking so long to put these out.
That's what I'm fucking saying. It's like, if this shit's going to take, like, 3 months per episode, like... just fucking like wait, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, I don't know. But so I finished all that, and I basically fucking cleared my backlog to the point where I'm back to like these other games that I wanted to play. So I popped in Kingdom Hearts 3 this morning. You know what I mean? Because I was just killing time until I came up here, and I started playing that. And first of all, it's fucking beautiful. I'm not very far in. I'm like in the very first level. But it's beautiful nonsense, you know what I mean? It's like just the people flying around and music playing and them grabbing shit and everything's exploding and like glasses flying everywhere. It's gorgeous, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. And I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Nice. No, that's good. That's a positive entrance to that game.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty looking, like everything it shows. And it's funny because it's like unabashedly just like mixes in like PlayStation 2 graphics from Kingdom Hearts 2, you know what I mean? It'll do like flashbacks to the old games, and it won't like upgrade the graphics or anything. It's just,
oh really? Wow.
It's just like mixed in like PS2 graphics.
Probably because they didn't want to take the time and effort to like update it.
Maybe it wanted you to know. Maybe it wanted you to remember it how you remembered it. I don't know.
Nice.
I feel like they had plenty of time to do whatever the fuck they wanted to with that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'm playing. What are you playing?
I've been playing more A Link to the Past. I'm like 4 or 5 dungeons into that
I'm
now.
telling you, dude, you're gonna get linked out before you get the actual Link to the Past, dude. You know?
Nah. It's a lot different because A Link to the Past is a lot smaller. Or not
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening is a lot smaller than A Link to the Past. Like, and I don't know. I just think it's different.
Telling you, dude, you're gonna get linked out, dude.
I've never been linked out, dude. Never. And then Gears 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty far in Gears 5.
I
I'm
forgot
close
to mention
the
I played a little bit of Gears 5 with you too.
Yeah, y'all need to go watch our Couch Bro Op. We did part 1 this past week, and then we just got done recording part 2. So this weekend we'll have part 2 up if you haven't watched our series of that. I'm
gonna be playing a lot better in part 2 than I did in part 1. That's for sure. We're
dude.
sitting a little closer to the TV. We got a fresh angle on the Couch Bro Op. We're gonna see how it works.
Yeah. I think we need to keep doing Gears. This should be one that we actually finish the
I'm
fucking
okay with
series.
that. Yeah,
because it's fun and it's short.
It is a lot of fun.
It's not going to be that long of a game. Anyways, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. But yeah, so let us know what you've been playing in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast. And, or if you're on YouTube, just drop it in the comments. We'll respond. Anyways, let's jump on over to the topic of the show. This week's topic of the show is our top 5 influential people of the gaming industry.
Right. And these are people that influence us personally in our own endeavors,
Oh, or that, yeah.
Or that's what I feel like. Because these are definitely, some of the people on my list are not just, they're not just out there inspiring the world. Some of them are.
See, and that's the beauty of this. I went in subjectively. Or you went in subjectively. I just went in like objectively. I was like, these are my top picks for people that have influenced the gaming industry. So
okay. Well,
ours will definitely be different.
Absolutely no way is like that whatsoever in mine. So.
Awesome. Hey, it'll make for a better list. What do you got for number 5? You start us off so I can see where you're at.
So my number 5 is going to be Cory Barlog.
Oh, okay.
Cory Barlog is the...
He influenced the gaming industry.
Well, yeah, but you got to see the rest of my list, JAMAL.
Oh, okay. You're like, mine is nothing like that.
Some of these people did influence the gaming industry in a huge way.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But, let's be real. Number 5 is about as high as you can put Cory Barlog on that list. But, to me, he's a huge inspiration. I think a lot of his stuff that he tried with 2018 God of War was just incredible. But his work on the previous God of War games was also incredible. I have a little list here of all the games that he's worked on, actually, and you will think it's kind of funny. Most of these games, he was either the lead animator or, the game director or something of that sort. 2002's X-Men: The Next Dimension. 2003's Backyard Wrestling. Don't try this at home.
Hell yeah.
You remember that game, dude?
That was a good game.
It was a good game. For what it was good.
Or backyard basketball, dude.
Oh, was that a thing?
I think so, yeah.
They had a game about it? Were there juggalos in it?
No. I was thinking of the backyard sports games. I don't know why I thought of that. Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about now.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you had the weed whackers and you
were now I remember
each other in the
that.
face. And then from then on, he basically just did God of War games until 2013, where he worked on the 2013 Tomb Raider, where he was the cinematics director.
Nice. You can see that.
You really can, especially if you compare it to the other Tomb Raider games. Don't get me wrong, the other Tomb Raider games were good. Like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But the 2013 Tomb Raider was just something special, dude. It was really good.
It was good, for sure.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my number 5.
Number 5 for me was Satoshi Tajiri. Satoshi Tajiri is the creator of Pokemon and the founder and CEO of Game Freak. And so this is the most subjective for me, but just because he's amazing. The fact that he influenced so much of my childhood, so much of what I do, video game wise. I feel like if Pokemon wasn't a thing, I don't know how how my life would have been different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just think about all the things of your childhood that were Pokemon related.
You'd probably have to replace it with something else, like Digimon or Dragon Ball Z or something. But even with...
Or drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Just kidding. Like, no, but I get what you're saying. Like, it would have been replaced with something else. I just feel like the Pokemon filled a part of my childhood that could never be replaced, you know? But anyways, that was just my pick for number 5, just because super influential in my life.
I like that.
And the gaming industry as a whole, I feel like.
I like that a lot, yeah.
Okay, what you got for number 4?
So my number 4 is actually 2 people, but I just had to put them in the same category because they just go together, you know?
Oh, I think we got the same thing.
They're like ice cream and chocolate or something.
Okay.
It's old Adam Sessler and Morgan
Webb.
Okay. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta throw them on there. I have this huge... I put everybody's Wikipedia write-up on here, but I basically skimmed through Cory Barlog's, and I don't know. It's a lot, you know? But I'll give you the skinny on these people. Basically... Adam Sessler, here, I'll just read it. I'll just read you the thing. So just sit tight for a second, guys.
Buckle up.
Let's see. Sessler was the last remaining personality from ZDTV Network, surviving the network's progression from ZDTV 1998 to 2000 to Tech TV 2000 to 2004.
To when G4 bought Tech TV.
And subsequent transition to G4. Sessler was one of 7 Tech TV personalities with Morgan Webb, Sarah Lane, Kevin Rose, Chi Lan Liao, and Blair Butler and Brendan Moran to survive the massive layoffs resulting from the May 2004 merger of G4 and Tech TV. In addition to co-hosting X-Play, Sessler also appeared semi-regularly on Attack of the Show as a video game correspondent. On April 1st, 2005, Sessler confused many by announcing he was leaving X-Play to host a late-night talk show on G4 entitled Meet the Sess. A trailer of the new show aired on X-Play, showing Sessler verbally and physically abusing his guests until they released information about upcoming video games. Despite being extremely over-the-top and obviously fake, many viewers began flooding the G4 forums asking when the show would air and if Sessler was really leaving X-Play. On several occasions, Sessler has since publicly announced that the show was in fact an April Fool's Day joke. I don't know why it decided to tell us all that. Let's see, let's skip ahead a little. In November 2012, Sessler announced that he was... So we're getting a little closer to the present. Sessler announced that he was joining Revision 3.
This was after he was fired or let go from X-Play. He was actually let go.
It says,
which is upsetting.
It says on April 25th, 2012, Sessler's employment contract was terminated by G4 TV. No reason was given for his termination. Yeah.
I actually saw on Twitter a long time ago, I follow Adam Sessler, the reason he gives is that he was getting too old and not as attractive. And
not
they wanted,
hip enough?
Yeah, they wanted a more attractive person to be alongside Morgan Webb, which was really dumb because I feel like Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb were the main reasons anybody watched G4 at that point.
I mean, let's be real. Morgan Webb is attractive enough as it is.
Yeah, for the both of them.
Yeah, they don't need anybody else that's attractive.
It's like,
it's just fine how it is. Like,
yeah, it was very upsetting whenever they ended X-Play. It was the last good reason to watch G4. Nobody wanted to watch Cops constantly and fucking Ninja Warrior and all this stuff.
Sad. Ninja Warrior has kind of undergone a resurgence lately, dude. It's been popular as hell. Let's see. 2014, Adam Sessler left Revision 3 and pursue a career outside video game journalism. He appeared on Spike TV to cover E3 2014. 2015, he was featured as pre-show and post-show host of Bethesda Game Studios E3 event alongside his past co-worker Morgan Webb. And that's the last we've heard of Adam Sessler. So if you're out there, old Sessy boy, we miss you and we want you back.
He won't ever come back.
Baby, come back. Boo-doo-doo-doo. And then we got Morgan Webb. Let's see. Most of Morgan Webb's beginning part is just like Adam Sessler's. She went to school. She was on X-Play. She did a lot of stuff. She had a little more of a TV career before X-Play, a little more than Adam Sessler did. But You get down to like 2007, let's see, 2009, G4 announced that Webb would be the host of their new show, G4 Underground. Keep going. September 2017, Morgan announced her employment at Bonfire Studios, where she helps organize the community and other various functions as part of Acquisitions Incorporated Dungeons and Dragons gameplay, part of PAX West, PAX East. So she's out there doing stuff right now, you know.
Yeah, she's still in the forefront of, you know, like the gaming stuff. Adam Sessler is actually, he does behind the scenes like data analysis and stuff in the gaming industry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what he's been up to. He doesn't like being in front of the cameras anymore.
Well, he should, because he's good.
He's really good at it. He definitely inspired me.
Me too. Me too. Big inspiration with both of those guys, you know.
Yeah. I give him 5 Adam Sesslers out of 5. Yeah. Anyways, number 4 for me is Gunpei Yokoi, the producer of the original Metroid and creator of the Game Boy and the original D-pad. The Nintendo way. He's also the reason Nintendo is the way they are. He created like the philosophy that the Nintendo way of adapting technology is not to look for the state of the art, but to utilize mature technology that can be mass produced cheaply. He articulated his philosophy of lateral thinking of withered technology. So that's why, the Game Boy wasn't as cool as the Game Gear, like whenever it came to technology, but it fucking destroyed the Game Gear.
Yeah, because they could put out more stuff for it. It was easier to manufacture shit for.
And it was smart. And they've always been about like, okay, we don't have the greatest technology, but we can take this older stuff that more people are used to, like we've already got the experience behind it, and we can just pack it to shit.
It's kind of been their motto through their whole lifespan. Look at the N64 versus the PlayStation, or the Switch even versus the modern consoles, or the Wii versus everything. It's always been, they've always been a little lower on the power end of things, but
yeah. And this all goes back to Gunpei Yokoi. Yeah, and
super interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, what do you got for number 3?
So, number 3 for me, I have my boy, Phil Spencer.
Nice.
I like Phil Spencer a lot. I feel like he does a lot for the community.
He does. He changed things when he came back or came to Xbox.
I feel like he's breathing new life into Microsoft's gaming department a little bit. For those of you that don't know, Phil Spencer joined Microsoft in 1988 as an intern and has worked in a number of technical roles, leading the development of Microsoft's first CD-ROM-based titles, such as Encarta, development manager for Microsoft Money, and general manager of Microsoft's online and offline consumer productivity products, including Microsoft Works and Microsoft Picture-It. Spencer served as a general manager of Microsoft Game Studios, EMEA, working with Microsoft's European developers and studios such as Lionhead Studios and Rare until 2008, when he became the general manager of Microsoft Studios, eventually becoming the studio's corporate vice president a year later. He has participated in Microsoft's E3 conferences since 2010. In late March 2014, Satya Nadella announced in a corporate email that Spencer was to lead the Xbox Live, Groove Music, and Movies and TVs teams in Microsoft Studios. In September 2017, Spencer was promoted to the senior leadership team, gaining the title of Executive Vice President of Gaming within the company. He reports directly to CEO Satya Nadella. In 2018, Spencer delivered the keynote address at the 2018 DICE Summit, and he talks at the Game Awards and stuff. So, I mean, he's got a lot going for him as far as just his position in Microsoft, you know what I mean? But he also makes a lot of stuff happen, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like he's the reason the crossover between Microsoft and Nintendo has been happening lately.
Hell yeah, even the crossover with Sony, with the whole Epic Games thing and Fortnite and all that.
Definitely.
I feel like he was instrumental in all that,
Definitely. He's a good dude. Number 3 for me is Sam and Dan Houser, the founders of Rockstar Games. These are the guys that bring us Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and Bully, and then also things like the Warriors and
Wow.
even these are the guys. They're two bros, but you probably don't know much about them just because they try to make the focus on Rockstar as a whole rather than themselves.
That's really cool of them.
Very cool.
Think about the inspiration they've bestowed upon the gaming industry, just sandbox games in general,
Oh yeah, everything's an open world now.
Yeah,
an open world game, and you can blame them for that.
It all goes back to Grand Theft Auto. I feel like
Yeah, GTA 3, man. That's what started it. Anyways, but yeah, that was my number 3. What's number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me is John Carmack.
Oh, that's actually my number 2, but also John Romero. So
so they're both your number 2?
Both number 2 is John Romero and John Carmack. Just because I don't feel like you can split them up. I mean, you can now, but like their initial
Well, see, I can definitely split them up because I like John Carmack because he's the CTO of Oculus. Right now.
Okay. So you're going for the more like recent.
Don't get me wrong. I love what John Carmack has done in his past. I love Doom. I like the fact that he made Doom open source. There's a lot of cool things that John Carmack has done. For the industry, I feel like
absolutely, like
technology itself has evolved faster just because of John Carmack. You know what I mean?
He's like a genius.
It's true. I mean, but at the same time, and like games like Quake, like whenever he let the Quake engine out and stuff, it's like I don't know. That's just super philanthropy ish of him. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
More like a whole like anarchist mindset.
It really is. But at the same time, it was a smart move, like from a promotional standpoint and stuff too. But I mean, he inspired, we wouldn't have Call of Duty or Half-Life, or at least we wouldn't have had it, as fast as, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But then he's also the CTO of Oculus right now, which, he got in a little bit of trouble over, some kind of thing with ZeniMax. There was a big lawsuit or whatever a long time ago, or not a couple years ago.
It's still happening, right?
No, it's over. They settled it. I think they paid him. ZeniMax gave him a shitload of money.
Oh, they gave him money, not the opposite?
I think so. It says, Carmack stated that he and ZeniMax have reached an agreement and that ZeniMax has fully satisfied their obligations to me, ending the suit. So
nice. Okay.
I mean, it seems like they gave him a bunch of money.
Hell yeah.
I think he had a big deal in designing the Oculus Quest, which I think is going to be a big, I think it's a big step forward for the VR industry as a whole. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, since we're already on number 2, I'll go ahead and throw in John Romero. Him and Carmack both were the creators of id Software. They both made Doom and Wolfenstein. They popularized first-person shooter games in general with Doom and Wolfenstein. And John Romero specifically coined the term deathmatch, and they both worked on create.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deathmatch. That's wild.
Isn't that insane? and they were the first ones to, make level editors and mods available to the public for their games. So
man,
that they were just the fathers of a lot of shit that are super popular now.
Digital Robin Hoods, dude.
Oh yeah, straight up. They were the punk rock, dude.
Man, that's fucking so cool.
Anyways, what's number 1 for you?
My number 1 is somebody who's been doing a lot of good things lately. Love the game or hate their game, you can't deny the impact they've had on the gaming community. Got to go with Tim Sweeney for number 1. Tim Sweeney is the CEO of Epic Games, the founder of Epic Games. He created Epic Games and built it from the ground up, pretty much. He spends billions and millions of dollars.
Billions and millions.
Well, hang on, let me see how much exactly. He spends a shitload of money. Hang on, let's see, on conserving wildlife. He just buys huge forests and just saves them. He looks for places that are going to get cut down for commercial use and just buys them up.
Hell yeah. That's so awesome. I wish I had that kind of power.
I know. Isn't that a cool thing to do? And he donates shitloads of money to the conservation wildlife services and stuff. But also, he's the guy that's responsible for, creating this Epic Game Store that's basically giving back to all the developers at like a much more reasonable rate. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
like ending the corrupt rule of Steam over here. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like he's doing a whole lot for the gaming industry and for developers as a whole. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. And I take back my thing about I wish I had that kind of power because I probably wouldn't use it in the way that Tim Sweeney uses it. Yeah.
Oh, in 2019, he was named Person of the Year by British magazine MCV.
Wow.
Yeah.
If only the gaming community would rally behind Epic Games and quit being a bunch of numbnuts thinking that they know what's best for the industry.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know. I feel like just Tim Sweeney is just a genuinely good dude with a shitload of money. And, like, he's in a position to, like, change everything, and he knows it. You know what I mean? He's trying to do it the smartest way he can. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. I'm 100% saying this right now. I don't give a fuck. GameSpeak Podcast is behind Tim Sweeney all the way.
Tim Sweeney for Prez, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Epic Games.
I bet like the economy would be better, you know what I mean?
For sure, dude.
He'd just like make United States the game and all the funds go to fucking like the US, you know what I mean? Just
fuck
like
yeah.
It would just fix the economy problem right there.
Yeah. Anyways, my number one is Shigeru Miyamoto. This beast of a man is like just an amazing person in gaming. He's the creator of Donkey Kong, the arcade game, that is. Super Mario Bros. The Legend of Zelda. He's the legend himself. If there's any like first party Nintendo game, he's behind it in some way.
He's like Stan Lee.
He's like producing it. If he's not producing it, he's directing it. If he's not directing it, he's the like designer. It's just crazy. And he's training these new up and comers for the like the guys who did ARMS. He helped with that team was like influenced, or like he basically was their mentor. And then,
dude, that's tight.
Yeah,
he's just like catching flies with chopsticks in the office and shit. Just like
you must catch the fly with the chopsticks. Yeah, but it's like that. He's training the new guard. Like because he knows soon he might not be there. And same with the other game, the Splatoon games and stuff. They're all like trained under him. Anyways, but yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto is my number one. That's our top 5 influential people of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I like that we didn't have any that really, besides John Carmack, that cross paths.
There's definitely some that I considered putting on there. Not even that were on your list. Like wow, what's that guy? See, I can't even think of his name right now. That's why he didn't deserve to be on my list.
What he do?
Hideo Kojima.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put him on there just because I don't think he's influenced me.
Yeah, me
much,
either.
Yeah.
I like Hideo and all. But I feel like he's almost like the M. Night Shyamalan of video games.
He is, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's so about his name being plastered all over everything he does. And he's got a lot of good shit, but it's like...
Or Cliff Bleszinski. Dude.
Oh, dude. I almost put Cliff Bleszinski on just because it inspires me to see him keep on trying after the world beats him down. You know what I mean? Like
he's like so rich that he never has to work again, ever, because of his like investments in 2 cents and all that stuff. But yeah, for real. Cool. And let us know if we missed some of your favorite influencers let's not sink that low and call these people influencers.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
just...
That word is ruined.
If we missed some of your favorite people in the gaming industry that have influenced the gaming industry or yourself. Anyways, we're going to jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, give us the People's Champ.
Oh, man. Champ, dude.
Yeah, who's this week's champion?
I got to take it to the champ. Hang on, let me see what we got here.
While Brent's doing that, I'm just going to say, guys, make sure that you go and check out our Couch Bro Op episodes on YouTube. I feel like our YouTube's not getting enough love, and we need love over there. We only need 4 more subscribers over there before we can change the URL and make it a lot easier to get people to find it, which we would just change the URL to GameSpeak Podcast. You know?
I'm sorry. There's a lot of contenders today.
Ooh, Tinder. I like that word. Sounds
okay,
like chicken nuggets.
I think I've got the one here.
Okay, what you got?
All right. We have Miranda Hightower.
Oh.
She says, why can't video game developers ever get the mouths to look natural?
The mouth?
The mouth to look natural. With how far we've come with video game graphics, you'd think they'd tackle the issues of weird mouth movements.
Weird. So the mouth animation and stuff like that, I feel like, honestly, isn't as bad as the hair. I feel like hair animations is the shit they can't do right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like mouths are...
I'll tell you a game that's got great mouth animations.
What's that?
Resident Evil 7.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, they have especially in VR, you get your fucking eyeballs up close to their fucking mouth. It's like, oh my god. You're like looking up in their teeth and shit. It's like...
That is true.
It's pretty impressive. Like, I'll say that's one game that really has it down. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and RE2 Remake.
Oh, yeah. Capcom is just good with the mouth animation. You know, I think other developers just need to look at Capcom and just be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
What's the dude's name in that game?
Leon?
Leon. That Leon is a hunk, dude.
Oh, he's a good-looking guy.
It's so hot. No, I'm just kidding. You want to know why? It's his mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true. You know?
No, I'm just kidding.
The window to the soul. Or, no, wait, isn't that your eyes?
It's the mouth
doorway
is the hole to the...
talk box.
The soul. No, I don't know why it's so hard to get that down, but I think it's something to do with, like, the whole, you know, like, just it's hard, you know. I mean, like, I think it's like the hands of video games, you know, like how artists have trouble with hands.
We have a comment on that question. It was from Travis Tyler. He says, I was pretty impressed with the mouse in Quantum Break. I think they did full body facial motion capture for a lot of it. I have to agree. I think that they're the same people who did Control, and Control also has really good mocap. Remedy, yeah.
Yeah. Was Remedy the ones that did Quantum Break?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, I guess you're right, yeah. Also, what's that other game? The one where you're like an investigator. It just came to Switch not too long ago. L.A. Noire. Yeah, didn't that have a whole thing about like their like mouth and facial animations?
It was supposed to be like a big deal, like, oh, you're supposed to be able to see, but I personally I didn't get it, you know? It wasn't
that cool.
You're supposed to be able to look at their facial expressions and like tell and like judge how they're like feeling on that. And I just,
as a detective?
Yes, you're supposed to be able to like read their emotions on their face, and like I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that. When I play the game and I'd be like, oh, it looks like he's about to take a shit. I can't I don't know if he's like angry or upset.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, it's good to have a new champion a champion that's never been a champ before.
Has she never been a champion?
I don't think so.
Wow.
It could be completely wrong, and if so, I feel really bad about that.
We've had a lot of champions, you know, so it's
been a lot of champs out there. Well, thanks, Miranda. Good
question. We got more questions. We got Philip Watson Dean here. He says, favorite video game music remixes?
Remixes.
Probably
the stuff that I've been hearing out of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The remixes to that stuff has been cool. And also Pokemon. Every time a new generation of Pokemon comes out, I feel like they just up the ante a bit.
Ooh, you know, like in Pokemon Go when you're walking around, or like,
yeah,
like I love how they remix the Pokemon music for the Pokemon Go. All the remixes in that are pretty sweet.
For sure. And so upbeat and feels good, you know?
Dude.
The only one I didn't like was in Pokemon Y, just because it took on like this whole French like feel to it. And I don't have a problem with France. I'm not a huge fan of that sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. The accordions and shit.
Yeah, like the stereotypical like France music.
I don't know if this counts, but I really like that Drake song with the Donkey Kong music in the background.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's fucking crunk. Dude.
What does he say? He's like, oh man, I can't remember what he says on it, but
I don't know. It's the jam though. That's
it is
for
the
sure.
jam. It is the jam.
Let's see. Okay, we got more video game music questions. We got Kyle McAvoy here. He says 8-bit or 16-bit music. You down? Who's the best band?
Okay. That's so fast, Kyle.
So there's a band?
Slow down, Kyle.
What?
Just kidding.
There's a difference between 8-bit and 16-bit music?
Yes. There's more like
more bits?
Yeah. Well, no, it's no.
Obviously 16 is going to be better, right?
Yeah, I think he's just saying personally, like, did you have more, I guess, like, nostalgia for, one or the other? Is just my opinion on his question there. But I would just say 16-bit because that's when you get into, the Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo has way better shit going on for it musically.
Did. Yeah.
In my opinion. But I think there are some people that like the NES Castlevania songs, better and stuff like that.
I'm telling you right now, the NES had the most annoying fucking music for literally everything, dude. Like, if you go on the, NES online thing and, pick any game ever and just blast it at full fucking volume, it will drive you.
Kill yourself.
You will kill yourself within about 15 minutes. It's terrible.
You'll want to end it all. Anyways.
Let's see. We got Chad McLean here.
Oh, wait. Also, we are down. Just want to say that.
Oh, yeah. We're down. Yeah, we stay down, in case you were wondering.
And what's the last question of his?
Who's the best band?
We completely jumped over that.
Well, I mean, assuming he wants a 16-bit music band,
no,
I just don't know.
I think he just means what's the best band.
The best band in general?
Yeah, who's the best band of all time?
Bayside.
Okay, all right, sure, yeah. My best band would have to be Say Anything.
Okay, that's real.
Anyways,
okay, so we got Chad McLean over here. He says, who do you admire the most as far as a person goes?
Wow. That kind of goes in hand with what we chose for influential games, but the best.
Who do I admire the most as far as
human beings
goes? I really like Joe Rogan a lot. I don't know. I know that that's probably an unpopular thing to say, but I feel like I'd love to just hang out with Joe Rogan. I think that'd be a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Sure. Man. Oh, this is hard. This is so hard. I guess I admire,
Don't put any thought into it. Just the first person that pops into your head. Like Joe Rogan.
He's always the first person to pop into my head. No.
Yeah, always.
No, I would say probably Tom DeLonge. I feel like I admire him because he's chasing his dream. He left Blink 182 to chase his dumbass shit.
And aliens,
Yeah, and Angels and Airwaves. And I admire that.
I also admire that.
Admire it.
Stupid, but I admire the shit out of it.
Admiration, dude. Anyways.
We got a follow-up question here of the same question, but this one's from Philip. He says, what do you admire most in yourself? I feel like I've got great hair. And decent shoulders. I feel like I've got like a nice set of shoulders on my body.
I like that. You got a nice set of shoulders on your shoulders, dude. It's like that kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty good set of shoulders over here.
I don't like to talk about myself. I don't like to blow myself up. But if I had to admire myself,
what do you got?
I would say
big cog.
Yeah, no. When got a fat hog, dude. No, just kidding.
Got a lot of lumber in the lumber yard now.
No, not at all. But my thing would be my thing would definitely be my consistency. I feel like I didn't used to be consistent, but now when I say I'm gonna get something done, for the most part, I get shit done.
I like that.
I think people have come to associate, the getting shit done stuff with JAMAL getting shit done. Yeah,
I like that.
When I say it, it's word.
That's real.
Anyways.
Word is bond, dude. Okay, so we got Cindy Danger Botero here. She says,
Wait. Have we ever had a question from Cindy Botero?
No, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I like this.
How do you expect me to keep up with all the questions?
I'm just happy to whenever I get excited about this when a new question asker
I also am
appears.
excited. But this person has a serious issue here.
What's going on?
Let's see if we can help her out.
Okay.
She says, I've got an old SNES, 2nd edition. Okay, she attached a picture. It's this one right here. You know,
oh, nice.
You know
it's like whenever, they put out the Switch Lite, but, for the Super Nintendo.
Right, so this is 2nd edition.
Okay.
Whose AC adapter hole is damaged, so I can't connect it to the power outlet. Where can I take it for repair?
Honestly, no franchise place can do repairs. So you got to find like a mom and pop shop that does repairs. That's going to be your best shot. Like you can't go to Game Exchange. You can't go to GameStop. It's got to be like Jimmy's Game Store, so.
There's bound to be a place that does it though.
That's true. Probably Houston. If you live in Texas, or if you live near us or anything like that, I would say check out Houston game stores. There's bound to be one that does repairs.
Yeah, sorry we can't be a little more helpful on that.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation right there.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. I feel like Cody Goldsby would know an answer to this. We need to tag Cody Goldsby to her question. He knows everyone like that. I posted this oh, that's something I should have talked about in the beginning. Something that went down this week. I went to this cool game store and I posted a video of it where that had a video game museum.
You showed me, or I saw the post you did. That was
cool so
looking.
Cool, dude. They had a whole section of it that was dedicated to the history of handheld gaming. But
I love that. You might want to keep that knowledge handy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude. Definitely. But they also had Apple II computers and Atari 2600s and all that shit. It was cool. Very cool. And the Commodore. But yeah, so sorry we don't have the answer to that, but
so we got Hans Yodel here.
Hans?
He says to us, what are you hoping to see in Cyberpunk 2077 that hasn't been released or discussed by the developers yet?
Virtual prostitution.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, I just feel like
and I want it to be deep.
Yeah. Yes. With the...
I mean, you know how in Grand Theft Auto you got to pick up the prostitute and take her to a dark alley? I feel like that's a pretty complicated system for prostitution.
Yeah.
And I want it to be deeper than that. I want you guys, you're going to have to take her to the room or whatever. Detailed sex scene go down. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it should affect your some part of the story.
Maybe you can contract a disease or something. Like a space disease because it's 2077, I guess.
I don't know what that has to do with space, but
not space. Just everything from the future is from space, Jamal.
I love that association, though.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
So there you go.
Sweet.
Thanks for the questions, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. We had a lot of dope-ass questions. This actually brings some fuzzy, warm feelings to my heart. And that's why whenever he was like, I don't know, we've had a lot of questions. We've had a lot of questions over time, but I feel like this is probably one of the episodes with the most listener questions ever.
Thank you guys so much for all that. We really appreciate it. Every question.
It tickles my cog. You know what I'm saying?
It just twists my cog right around, dude.
Just so you guys know, cogs are from Gears of War.
Yeah.
They're those things in clocks, I feel like.
Oh, man. So, okay. So I got a little fun surprise here for Jamal
right
now.
Yeah. So we got to... Wait, this is part of This Week in Gaming History, right?
This was This Week in Gaming History.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We don't do that anymore. Huh?
I've got a surprise new topic, new segment for you, Jamal.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me say, guys, we decided that we're going to switch up our segment. That used to be This Week in Gaming History. I have no idea what Brent decided to do for this, so I'm just as confused as you. Okay, Brent, what is it?
All right, well, get ready for Brent's super hardcore video game trivia challenge.
Ooh, I
These
like
are
this.
4 questions built to push JAMAL's video game knowledge to the absolute limits and test his intellectual prowess in a battle of supreme wit.
Oh, God. This is so horrible. I'm going to be so dumb. All right, let's
This
hear it.
week is Nintendo's Game Boy Edition.
Ooh, I like this.
JAMAL, are you ready? Put your phone down and get ready to go, because you can't be going on.
Yeah,
the
I'm not
internet.
going to Google it.
You gotta put it face down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There we go. Okay. Question number 5. We're gonna start real easy. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
ease you into this. We're gonna get progressively harder.
Yeah, and you guys listening at home, here we go. Let's do this.
Here we go. This is a surprise to JAMAL. He had no idea this was coming.
Yeah.
Who is the creator of Super Mario Bros?
Oh, no. No, Shigeru Miyamoto.
Okay. Good job. All right. Question number 4. There are several models of Game Boy, but only one that takes AAA batteries. Which Game Boy took AAA batteries?
That would be the
It's kind of a tough one.
wow, the Game Boy that took AAA batteries. Was that the Game Boy Pocket?
Yes! Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, ding, ding,
There
ding,
we
ding.
go.
Woo! Oh, man. Good one. Good
Boom.
one. All right. I knew you'd be good at these. Question number 3. In what year was the Game Boy Advance released?
Ooh, that's tough because I would say 2002.
Ooh, you're so close. It was 2001.
Ah,
That's okay.
so
You're still
close.
2 out of 3 so far, so you're already doing good.
Okay.
So-
Wait, 2 out of okay, yeah, 2 out of 3. Here we go. Come on.
Question number 2. I guess that's weird. Question number 4. I guess.
Yeah.
I'll number these differently next time.
Yeah, question number 4.
This is a hard one. Upon release, what colors were available for the Game Boy Advanced?
Do I have to say there? Yeah, I guess I have to say.
They don't have to be like exact. If you just give me an idea of the color, you know what I mean. Like it doesn't have to be like the word, you know.
I know there was like the ice, it was like the glacier, like
right,
you know?
glacier. It was
Glacier.
the translucent blue and purple. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
And
got
then
glacier.
we got glacier, and then we had the solid, blue, or no, it was purple. right?
Yes, indigo. Bing, 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 bing.
There we go. And then
There was blue too, so I'll give you that. Fuchsia.
yeah, fuchsia.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there is one more, right?
There's
2 more.
3 more.
Holy shit. I'm not going to know all this. I'm going to say,
One is real hard, but the other 2, I think you can get them if you think hard enough.
okay. Green?
Mm-mm.
No, there's never, yeah, no, there wasn't.
There was, but it was later in the lifespan. These are the ones that launched with the console.
So hard, dude. Like my cog. Just kidding. No, I don't know.
Okay, so the ones
I quit on that one.
the ones you didn't get were black,
What?
orange, and Arctic, which I think you can consider Arctic. I would have given you Arctic because you got Glacier, and they're pretty much like different shades of the same thing.
Holy shit, black. I forgot there's a black Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, dude. And
Wow.
orange, I've never seen a fucking
I've seen an
orange
orange.
one. Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
knew there was orange, but I kept on wanting to say yellow, but I knew I was wrong because there was a yellow Game Boy Pocket.
There was a whole
And-
bunch of
yeah.
different colors they eventually released. Like,
Uh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they had a bunch of different Game Boy Advance ones. They even had a Hello Kitty one that was like,
holy shit. Yeah, they had the pink one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Sweet.
down to the last question. Question
Oh,
number
no.
5. What is the
Or
last?
number 1.
The 5th question that I'm asking you. What is the last console to be released with the name of Game Boy?
Oh, you mean okay? In the Game
In
Boy
the-
series.
Yes, in the family of Game Boys, what was the last Game Boy to ever be released?
That would have been the Game Boy Micro.
Ding 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 ding
Yes.
Yes, sir. Game Boy Micro in 2005. So that's 3 out of 5 questions.
Yeah.
Jamel, I'd say you win the prize for today,
Oh.
even though I don't have a prize for you.
You're taking home a brand new toaster.
I just start bringing random shit and giving it to you at the end of every
Like, dude, I don't know what to do with all
Where
this
am I
shit.
going to put all this shit, bro? You get a brand new cup of ice.
You just go over into my fridge and like fill it up. Yeah,
you get a quarter of a bang. No, I'm just kidding.
I love this. Actually, I'm really excited about this. But I like answering questions. You know, like that's why I liked guessing what the This Week in Gaming History games were. Good job.
Well, see, I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I'm going to really miss Jamel guessing the answers to and then I was like, wait a minute. I'll just do a trivia thing.
Hell yeah, dude. And I feel like people at home like answering these questions.
Yeah, if you guys enjoy that, just let me know. I'm going to keep the questions coming. I can make them harder or less hard if you need me to. Y'all just let me know. Boom.
Blam. That's the thing. That's it. So we're going to wrap up the show, guys. Remember, you've been listening to the GameSpeak podcast.
Whatever the fuck we're called.
I almost forgot our show. No, okay. It's right here in front of me. I'm sorry. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free. The show posts for free. For free. Guys, it posts for free.
Just get the fucking show, dude.
This has been a fun one. Every Wednesday on all podcast directories.
On all pancakes.
What if someone was like eating a pancake and I look down and it just
just stick their fork into it. It's like dun 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 dun.
Okay. Be sure to submit any questions that you have for us and you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group on facebook.com/GameSpeak Podcast or right?
/groups
/groups /GameSpeak Podcast.
Yeah.
Is that the only place that people can ask us questions, Brent?
No. You could ask us questions on Twitter at whatever our Twitter is.
You know what, guys? Fuck it.
Ew.
Fuck it. Let me keep
train
going.
is wrecking here.
Train.
Donald Duck on board. I don't know why he's on the train.
Check out our video content on YouTube. All you have to do is search Create for Sanity. It's all one word. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us. Or you can find me on Twitter at the handle I'll drop for JAMAL and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram, guys. Please. I'm just kidding. Until next time, listeners.